with Kate and Jim. I'm walking the walk, just listening. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim, I'm gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Keeps a positive spin. What Kate's doing, the Mickey has a name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing. Or she's flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim, I'm gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jimbo always keeps a positive spin. What Kate's doing, the Mickey has her name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing. She's flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. Perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jim always keeps a positive spin. What Kate's doing, the Mickey has her name dropping. Gets you out of the blue and let you stop rubbing. Or she's flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. Always keeps a positive spin. What Kate's doing, the Mickey has her name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing. Or she's flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping.
Welcome back to Kate and Jimbo. Hope everyone's well. It is Wednesday, hump day, the 9th of July, and there seems to be mad, crazy panic throughout the Tottenham fan base at the minute because the signings are few and far between. We're being linked to this player, we're being linked to that player, we was linked to Eze, that's gone tits up, we're linked to Kudus, that looks like it's stalled a little bit according to last word on Spurs. So we just come to bring a bit of calm to the madness and have a little chin wag and see how everyone is. I'm obviously joined today. Can't be Kate and Jimbo without Jimbo. Jimbo,
I just messaged you. I hope it makes you laugh. Have you read it?
Yes. How are you doing, Jimbo?
Yeah, excellent. All the meltdowns everywhere. What is going on with this club? Why are people melting down? It's the beginning of July. There's plenty of time.
Well, it's still the beginning of July. You're right, but this is Tottenham. This is what fans do. They do love a meltdown.
Good morning, everybody. This is very good July morning.
Afternoon, by the way.
Afternoon,
but anyway.
Afternoon.
Let's have a look. We got in the chat. We've got lovely Drew Lala saying hello, you lovely couple. Great to have you guys back. Hello to the chat. Big up to you, Drew. We've got Samuel Mark Ingram saying Tottenham Hotspur should sign Alessandro Garnacho and Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford's wages are ridiculous, so that would never happen. But I quite like Garnacho. I think he's got real capability there. Yeah. I mean, when he signed for Man United, they billed him as being one of the best up-and-coming prospects, but he just hasn't hit the ground running at Manchester United. But I kind of like this guy, Jimbo. What do you think of
I like him. I mean, look, at the end of the day, let's be honest. If he'd have started in the European Cup final, I think that it might have been a lot more difficult.
Yeah, he changed the game when he came on, didn't he?
Yeah, he looked really fiery when he came on.
Yeah, I quite like him, but I think he's going to end up abroad. We got Shemtan says, afternoon to the Royal Spurs couple, Princess Kate and Sir Jimbo. Hope you're both well and happy. Miss you guys while you're on your ROY Royal Tour of the Nation. Laugh out loud. we're actually not going to be around next week. So we're going away for a few days. Excuse me. But we thought we'd come on and do a show. And we can, if there's any news, we will try and jump on. But we miss you guys when we don't do it. It's as easy as that. I hope you and your mum are well, Shem. Matt's here saying, hello, I'm terribly sorry for not hopping on since like 4 weeks ago. I don't know the last time you hopped. I don't even know the last time we was on. Good day to Phil. Good to see you, Phil. We've got Benny in the chat. Afternoon, Auntie Kate and Professor Jimbo. Always good to see you, Benny. We've got the lovely Lee, the Dorset Spur here as well. Big up to you, Lee. I hope you enjoy the sunshine down in beautiful Dorset. Ben's been a member for 20 months saying, meltdown. Luckily, I'm getting air conditioning. Lucky old you. We've got lovely Martin Knightsbridge over there in Spain saying, afternoon, lovebirds. Hope you're both good. We are well, thank you. Big up, Billy. Good to see you. Big up, Jane Ketley. Lovely to see you too. Angus is here saying, big up, Kate and Jimbo. It's Jokeres. See you. Afternoon. Not afternoon. Garnacho's rubbish, says Billy. Well, he hasn't. What's the word? He hasn't shrouded himself in glory. Is that what you say, Man United?
The thing is, I don't think Tottenham will buy him, Kate, because I think he's a little bit of a bit like Tony. I think he's a little bit of trouble. The things he's been putting on social media, not good. So he's not. I don't think he'd fit in well with our group.
And at the end of the day, Thomas Frank does have a no dickhead policy. So we shall see. We've got Paul G in the house saying, long time, Kate, Jimbo, and chat. Hope you're both well. Coys, big up to you, Paul. And he's been a member for 15 months. Thank you very much. Got to do our members giveaway. The end of this month, going to give something away. I'll probably let you choose, actually. I might even let you choose. I've got an idea of something. But there's going to be some member giveaways coming up.
We got some stuff for some of the other supporters as well. Arsenal, because we got Arsenal people coming. So we have got some stuff to. Yeah,
we've got Wayne Rooney for the he's actually in an England kit in the signed photo, but Man United fans, England fans. So I'm going to start doing more regular member giveaways because I've been a little bit slacking on the channel, but I've got so much going on. But once the new season starts, we'll kick in. But there will be a members giveaway this month. Jumped. Shemtan's been a member for 16 months. Thank you so much for the support, guys. Afternoon, Paige. Lovely to see you, my lovely. I hope you're doing okay. We've got Colin X saying, hi, both. Kate, hope you're feeling better. You're looking fab, young lady. Thank you very much. And yeah, I do. I feel a lot better. Thank you. And my back is better. Thank the Lord. Paul Rowland's here saying, big up, lovelies. Seen those João Pedro goals last night. I haven't seen it, but he's a good player. Matt says, what's your thoughts on Kudus to Spurs? Looks like it's going to happen. Let me just finish saying hellos. I'm going to start that. We'll start the show off talking about that. The dogs are barking, Jimbo, just so you know. Thank you all for coming in, by the way. I know that we've been a little bit absent of late, but there was two reasons for that. Number one, I didn't want to do content for content's sake, just talking about the same thing every day. And second of all, it's got really busy time at the minute for us, but I really appreciate those that stick with me and always come on the chat. You're all legends. Big up to lovely Rodney Roberts. Not seen you for a while, saying hola. Long time. I hope you're both in good health. We are well, thank you. I hope you're doing well. It's lovely to see
Rodney.
Angus, I've starred your question as well. I will get to that. Beyond 72, big up, says Kate bigging up Garnacho because they use the same hairdresser. Is it that obvious? But let's start off where I said we would start off, which was with Matt's question. That was, what's your thoughts on Kudus to Spurs? Looks like it's going to happen, to be honest. Well, first of all, last word on Spurs have come out and said that it's stalled since yesterday, but I don't know how true that is. But Jimbo, what's your thoughts on Kudus?
Yeah, it'll happen, I'm sure. He only wants Tottenham on him. So it will happen. I mean, I don't know how true it is, but I've read and seen on some of the experts on TV saying if it starts with a 6, we'll get him. So
yeah, perhaps we should offer £6.
yeah. So I think if they offer 60 million, then it gets him. So I mean, you've got to give Levy he's due, and he offered 50 million with 12 million add-ons if we win the Champions League and the Premier League. You know, he's a class act, isn't he?
He's got so much
I thought
front.
that was hilarious when I saw it. But
He has literally got so much front. It's unbelievable.
I mean, in this day and age with the prices, I mean, you're seeing players going for 30, 40 million. That for me is ridiculous. So when you look at it and balance it up, 60 million, I think is a good buy. You know, and when you look at Solanke, what was he, 55 or 60 million? Johnson was what, 45 or 50. You know, we've just paid 30 odd for Tell. So I mean, Kudus is a level above them. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Big up Vinders. Great to see you as always.
No.
Look, I think Kudus, if we get him, it's a massive achievement. I think it's a massive signing. I think he's a great player. I think he walks in and becomes our best attacking player immediately. Yeah. If not the best player in the team, I think he's that good. And I don't think 65 million is over the top when you think we paid 65 for Solanke, we paid 45 for Johnson.
I think we paid. I think it was 55, 60 for Solanke. I don't think 65 was it.
Well, with add-ons, it works out about 65. I mean, Lee says he's not sure if Kudus is worth £60 million. I think in today's market he is. I don't think any player's worth the money that gets bandied about. But if you look at in today's market, I think that's a fair price.
You're exactly right, Kate. They're not worth what they're going for, any of these players. But when you look at the market, I mean, I think it's about right. And
you think Mbeumo is going to be going for the same sort of money, and Kudus is only 24. I think I agree with Paige. I think it'll be a great signing. He's very creative. He had a bad season last season, but then West Ham aren't a very good team. I just think, I'll be delighted if we sign him, and I hope that we do sign him. But yeah, as Matt said, Mbeumo might be going for 70 million. This is the trouble these days. People, if they're willing to pay, then that's what the price will be, if you like. And you know, you've got to pay big to get these players. So I think it will be a brilliant signing, and I still think it will happen. Jim, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm convinced. I'm convinced it'll happen, Kate. It's just a matter of time. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I'm not sure. I think it's our first pre-season game, 26th, 27th, 28th, something like that, against Reading. As long as he's in a good week before that, don't think there's no big panic. I mean, I've seen some YouTubers and people on social media like having meltdowns. But look, these deals nowadays take time. They're so involved when you're talking the add-ons, and you've got the fees for the agents, and it's not, they don't happen overnight anymore. And I know that Arsenal, Liverpool, City have done some of their deals early, but they probably were working on them months ago. So, I mean, which we couldn't really do because of they obviously knew they were going to get rid of Ange. So you can't just start buying people without the manager knowing who you're going to get. So I'm chilled about it. I'm well chilled about it. I'm convinced we'll still have 2 or 3 decent players coming in.
As Matt said, that we still don't know if Man United are going to go in for another bid on Bryan Mbeumo.
Well, the reports I read that Man United were going to pull out.
It's been 36 days, 13 hours and 36 minutes since Mbeumo, the talk started with Manchester United. I mean, he's 25. If you had to pick Mbeumo or Kudus, who are you picking, Jimbo? If you had to pick one.
I think Kudus I'll pick. I think he would do better for us. I think he's a Spurs type player.
See, I would probably pick Mbeumo, but that's just because I just think he's brilliant. He's such a big guy, but he's quick, but there's merits in both. So, you know, we shall see.
I mean, we're Tottenham Hotspur. We've got money to spend. Why don't we just buy them both?
Yeah.
And Eze, sling Eze in as well. Buy 2 get 3.
the money's off the scale these days. So for me, I just look at the player and see what he adds to our starting 11. Yeah. And let's be fair, Mbeumo and Kudus both walk straight into our first team and make us better. It's as easy as that. So, Drula, Angus, I'm going to call you out a little bit here. You've been rude to me before and blamed it on something else. You know what it is. Just don't be rude to people. We all have bad days, but let's just try and be nicer to each other. And that's all I'm going to say about it. Ben says, if Kudus is 60 million, imagine how much Bowen is. Money in football is beyond unbelievable. I know. It is crazy.
If West Ham lose Kudus, if they lost Bowen as well, they're definitely fighting relegation.
Vinders says, considering your issues wasn't scoring goals, it was conceding them. And before we say it was Ange set up, don't you think a DM? Yeah, I do. I said to Jim yesterday, we desperately need a defensive midfielder. Not sure who that's going to be, but time will tell. I just think.
I mean, this new kid we got, what's his name? Well, we've had him, but he's been on loan.
Vuskovic.
Yeah, I mean, look, he is a big lad. I mean, I don't know if they could train him to be.
He's humongous.
I don't know if Frank could do something with him. You know, he's a big boy, and you can see in the training that he's strong.
Yeah, I mean, Billy and Ben are both saying they'd pick Mbeumo, and yeah, of course, he's played under Frank. They've got that understanding. But I totally agree with Scott Colliver. Why not both? Exactly. Yeah. This is Tottenham we're talking about. Matt says, the only deal we worked on months ago was Zubimendi, as Berta only just came through the door. Kepa was a backup target to Garcia. Norgard was a backup to Partey. Don't even get me started talking on Partey. I'm not going to get into it.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
But, yeah, I'm not going to say what I think. West Ham, wouldn't you want Kudus just to piss off the Hammers? No. I like Kudus very much. I just think Mbeumo's more consistent, and I like the fact that it's such a lump.
Angus, you know what, right? I've been watching all this stuff to West Ham. I didn't even think about it. I just thought it was another club selling another club a player. If we sold West Ham a player, I wouldn't think nothing of it. I don't know why all this. They're not even our rivals. They think they are, but they're not. I mean, I don't even get it. It's pathetic.
There is rumours. I saw rumours yesterday that we've had a little nibble at Nico Gonzalez from Man City, Matt, but it's all pie in the skies. This is why I don't stream during the transfer window that much, because it drives me insane, because we're linked to everyone and then we end up getting none of them. I like to just comment when there's real solid interest or a solid bid or something like that. But I'm still kind of hopeful Mbeumo may happen. But we'll see. Look, yeah, Harvey Elliott would be amazing. Go on, Jimbo, sorry.
Yeah. Lang doesn't like to scream and shout about who they buy. He likes to do things quiet. So I'm sure, I am 100% sure there's stuff going on that we don't know about and it just happened. But we just got to be a little bit chilled about it. There's plenty of time. You know, there's like 2 months of the window left. What I'm hoping is that we get them in a week before the first pre-season game.
Kudus is the West Ham Sol Campbell. Do you know what? That's really funny, because West Ham, the meltdown has been monumental.
Why?
I don't know. I'm just trying to find out. Go on, Jim,
it's different Spurs and Arsenal, right? They've been rivals since a year dot, right? What? Arsenal are not rivals with West Ham. We're not rivals with West Ham. We don't like Chelsea. They don't like us. We don't like West Ham. They don't like us. But why they don't deal together, I don't know. It's a bit different, Arsenal and Tottenham. I understand why they don't deal together. But with Chelsea and West Ham and us, I don't understand it. You know, we don't like them. We want to beat them every game. They want to beat us every game because we're London clubs. But they're not our direct rival. Our direct rival are Arsenal, you know.
West Ham want to be our rivals, but they're nowhere near as good as we are.
But I mean, when I say they're direct rivals, I'm talking not. It's like Aston Villa and Birmingham. They're in different leagues, but they're still rivals. Yeah. You know, we know Arsenal are better than us at the minute, but they're still our rivals, the ones that we hate to lose against. They hate to lose against us.
Yeah. where are we? I mean, it makes me laugh as well. West Ham want Chelsea to buy Kudus, and yet Chelsea should be bigger rivals to them than us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They've always been big rivals. Do you know what? Sorry, I'm not being rude. I'm trying to find out how I gift memberships. I've no idea. I'm trying desperately to find out. If anyone knows in the chat how I can gift memberships to my own channel, please let me know, because I've been trying. I tried on my Premiere, I couldn't do it. And now I'm trying on my live, because I would like to gift some memberships, but I don't know how to do it. So, oh, hang on. No, it's asking me super chat, super stickers. Ben, you might know. If you know, please tell me. It's very annoying that I can't do it. Vinda says, now you've got a good coach, you could be surprised by the performance Frank gets out of what you already have. I agree.
Yeah.
Do you know, what was you saying about our squad the other day?
Yeah, we're not a terrible squad. I think we've got quite a good squad. Some of our players, I think that with the right coaching, look, Ange's gone now. So when I've been watching a lot of Frank, I've been reading a lot about him, and I've been watching a lot of videos going back and coming up till now on Frank. And this guy's a proper coach. When I listen to him talk, about his coaching staff, when I listen to him talk about football, it's night and day between him and Ange. When I used to listen to Ange, it never inspired me in the sense of with his training methods, and like when they spoke to him about taking free kicks, that he said that's not important at the minute. I mean, I could never imagine Frank saying that in a million years. He's just he seems to be a real football person, right? And I think that we've got the basis of a really good squad. Some of these young players we've got, and some of the older players we've got, are good players, and with the right. I mean, you've only got to look at Brentford, what he's done with them. They were just like us in the sense of they had some decent players, but nothing really special. And look what he's made some of them into.
Yeah.
And I just think Frank's going to get a lot more out of these players than what Ange did. And look, I was one of the ones that said I thought Ange should be given another year. And that was with my heart because of him winning us that trophy that we haven't won for 41 years. But now Frank's here, I'm really pleased he's here. And the more I watch about Frank and listen to him talk and listen to people talk about him, football people, I just think that we've got a really good manager here, and I think that we could do real special things with him. I really do.
Yeah.
He seems to be bringing in the right staff as well.
I can see everyone saying press the dollar icon. When I do it, it just offers me a chance to send a super chat or super sticker. It doesn't give me a chance to give membership. So I'm really confused. I really don't understand why my channel won't let me do it. It's driving me insane.
Vinda's is off, Kate. See you later, Vinda.
Vinders, have a good day, darling. Rodders says every year it's the same. Link, inquiries, move slow in window while everyone else making moves. Quickly go into a season without the right tools to sack the manager. It's not only that. It's also I can't remember what I was going to say. It's also setting the manager up to fail as well.
Look, Rodney, Kate. Look, you're jumping the gun. You're being hasty, right? The guy's just walked in the door. I saw someone say on the stream. I don't know which one it was. When I was flicking through, I saw someone say that they've set Frank up to fail already, and it's like, what the fuck? The guy's just walked in the door. He's feeling his feet. He's getting to know his players, right? They might be in for some players that Frank's not sure about yet because he might have 2 or 3 players in that position. You've got to give it time to unfold. You know, everybody's like, if it would have been Frank and he'd been in for 2 years, and then I would think, well, they are acting a bit slow compared to the other teams. But there's more to it than that. There's more components to it than us just going out and buying players, you know. We've got to relax, you know, chill out a little bit and let the next few weeks unfold and see what happens. You know, it's to me, everybody's saying that they're setting him up to fail, and they're not at all. A few more weeks and let's see what happens. You watch them start rolling in. Everybody's just got to take a chill pill.
I hope so. I really hope
But
you're
you've got to
right,
remember,
Jimbo.
Frank doesn't know some of these players, and he wants to see them in training. You know, and look, what at the minute we've got, I think it's 8 defenders, right? And
Yeah.
he's going to get rid of some of them, but he don't know what ones he's going to get. Not get rid of them, but put them out on loan. It's going to take a little bit of time for him to. He needs a good few days to look at people and see where we stand. I think we just got to relax, get the next few weeks time, and then see where we are then.
Yeah. Oh, here. Right. Sent 5. Sorry, Jimbo. I'm just doing my membership.
Oh, I'm going to get in chat on my phone so I get a membership.
Right, I've gifted 5 memberships. The first 2 have gone to Vindaloo and Matt, both Gooners. Then we've got one for Smithy. We've got one for Luddy 22 and another Gooner, Ben Bryan. All received gift memberships. That means you'll all be in the draw to win something at the end of this month.
Can you not gift any more?
I'm just going to look. Membership gifting. Yeah, I've gifted the other 5.
That's it.
That went to. So you have to do it on the computer. I understand now. Tottenham Ranger, Cuba 99, Sleepy Mocha, Rain Man. Sorry, I nearly said your name wrong. And it was the last one. The last one went to Corey Boy. So 10 memberships, and nearly half of them went to Arsenal fans. So you know what? We like to spread the love here. We don't. What's the word? We don't discriminate. So listen, 10 new members. Make sure you come in. There will be a members chat, not next week, the week after, if you want to come on and have your say about the transfer window. And also, like I say, you'll be put in the draw to win something. It won't just be Spurs. Depending who wins, we'll sort you out something for your club. Excuse me. I've always said Levy sells dreams for cash, says want to win the Prem and Champions League, then puts the match ticket prices up. Watch what's coming next. Chelsea are everyone's rivals. Thing is with Chelsea, because everyone likes them because they cheat. Vinda says they're stupid. Tottenham are a bigger club than West Ham. It's just their fans copium. Of course it is. I need to get back to work. Big up, Vindas. Enjoy your membership. I agree, Jimbo. How nice it is to see Frank going around and praising all the effort the players put in training. Yes, indeed. It's nice.
Sorry, Kate, can I give memberships on my phone if I pay for them?
Yeah, you have to pay.
I'm pressing the dollar, but it's only giving me super stickers and super chats.
Oh, maybe you have to do it on the computer.
Oh, right.
But anyway, that's 10 today. I have to remember every month to give away free memberships. I'm going to put a note in my diary because, yeah, we like to give out as much as we take. As a student of the profession, I love when people explain processes and the how and why. Yeah, and it's nice to see a proper coach. Jimbo, Paul G says, I've missed your passion.
I just tried on my iPad. It won't do it. Paul, I'm back. Right, and I've got a really new lease of life with this manager. The more I see about him, the more I read about him, the more I hear other top football people as well. I'm not talking Muppets. I'm talking top football people talk about him, say what a good manager he is, and then and I've seen some top people say they're surprised that he never got the Liverpool job before Slot, and the Man United job. They said that he should have got before the last 2 managers. So if they're saying that, this guy's got something about him. But when I listen to him, he really gets my juices going.
Hello. The juices are flowing, Jimbo.
For a long time, I've not felt about a manager than I do about this guy. I mean, I loved Ange when he first come and that, but I feel different about this guy. I feel like this guy can really do something with us, you know. Please God that Levy can see that and gives the guy money every window.
A massive thank you to the wonderful Jerome, who has gifted 5 memberships as well. Thank you so much. They went to Queen Ellie, Scott Colliver, Barbaric Disdain, Gary Becks, and Destiny 5. Thank you very much, Jerome. You're an absolute legend. I really appreciate it. Well, we both do. Martin Knightsbridge says Frank will coach the players and take in who we are playing and work out what to do as opposed to play one way. This is one of the big things we were saying about Frank, Jim. He's very adaptable. He plays all different systems.
Well, I mean, they was I saw him talking about him on I think it was TalkSport. My dog's eating me. And they said that he changed his system against Man City 3 times in the game because every time they adapted, he adapted, and they ended up beating them. I mean, and that's the type of manager we want. They said 3 times in the game he changed his system. Every time they changed, he tweaked it a bit.
Big up, Matt. Enjoy your day.
Rodney.
Seen all this before, Jimbo.
Rodney, get some. We're gonna win. Get some oomph in you. We got a good manager. We got some good players, Rodney. We get a few more sprinkled in there. Kudus, a couple more. You never know. The quad could be on.
I was just going to say the question on everyone's lips, Jim, is the quad on?
I think that I've got to go with it, Kate. I feel a bit more about it this than I did when we had Ange. I really do. I think some trophies are coming our way this season. I can feel it. I keep getting a tingle in my little willy telling me trophies are coming.
Oh God, too much information. Big up, Luddy. Good to see you, and you're very welcome. Big up, Queen Ellie. Good to see you. Jerome says, Jimbo, I wish this was true, but it seems we're doing the same thing again and again. Mistakes.
Like what?
We're just leaving it too late. We need players
We're
to
not
get
leaving
pre-season.
it too late. It's been a few weeks the window's been open. You've got to give the man time to get his feet under the table and get to know the club, get to know the players, see where our weaknesses are, where he thinks our weaknesses are. Who we think might be not like someone's just put in there. It was a mistake by Intel, right? Why? He's a young player who's got some talent, right? Maybe Frank can turn him from a decent player into a great player. We don't know that. He's done it with some of the guys at Brentford. I mean, we got us Tottenham fans, right? Well, not me, but Tottenham fans get so down about it. Have a bit of confidence.
Drula says, my cousin played under Frank, came from the Arsenal Academy to Brentford in 2019 to 2022. He was back up for Rico Henry. We've got a very good coach. That's good to know. Rico Henry, I really liked him. Good player. I meant all love, no hate. What was his name? Blah, blah, blah. Dominic Thompson. Right, let's keep going. Why does Oshman want to stay at... Oh, Galatasaray. I'm so behind on the chat. Everyone's saying thank you to Jerome for the free membership. Jerome, thank you very much. Big up Destiny. Good to see you, my love. It is appreciated, Jerome. I do really appreciate it. Do you think we will sign Rodrigo and Eze or just one? I think personally they'll sign Eze. I don't think you'll get Rodrigo. I don't see it happening. I think no offence, I was going to say a bigger team. I don't mean that. I think a European team will come in and get Rodrigo, or I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool start sniffing around him. I mean, obviously, we all know what happened last week. It was absolutely tragic, but in a non-emotional sense, Liverpool are now a player short, and Jota was a wonderful player. They're going to be looking to build on that, I think. But, I mean, Jimbo, Rodrigo for Arsenal would be huge, but I just personally don't see it happening.
No, I'm not sure about Eze either, Kate. I'm not sure. He's gone a bit quiet with us and with Arsenal. Quiet. Yeah, but I think that maybe something could be happening in the background, maybe even with us with him. You're right, Vinders. I'm not sure with Eze. It's all gone a bit quiet with him, so we'll see what happens. I'm sure if Arsenal go in and we go in, he'll probably go to Arsenal. I would imagine he would. But we'll see what happens. I don't like to speculate too much on the ones where it goes quiet, because it's gone quiet for a reason. I don't think the Crystal Palace really want to get rid of him. They might make him an offer that he can't turn down. You don't know.
Jimbo,
do you not want better than Tell?
Yeah.
Right, Tell's not.
We bought him now. But...
Well, Tell's not been bought to be the first left winger. I'm sure of that, right? But I'm of the opinion these guys are young, right? He's a young guy, and he's definitely got some talent there. You know, when you watch him when he was at Bayern and he got games, he played well, and you can see in snippets last season. You know, he likes to go at his players, and I just think with a really good top coach like Frank, I think he could bring out something in him. So yeah, obviously, if you're going to say the guy that's going to go walk on the pitch first, you want better than Tell. But I'm happy to have him and let Frank work with him and see what he can get out of him.
Yeah,
The other thing you got to think of, you can't just think of this season, right? You've got to think of the next 2 or 3 seasons, and we want young players, and we want a good manager to work with them young players. So over the next couple of seasons, they get brought in and maybe turn into fantastic players. It's a process.
He's only 20, Tell. I'm not against the signing, provided we sign someone else. I don't want him to be the number one.
And he won't be.
You know what I mean? I'm not against signing these kids, you know, that we keep signing, as long as we bring in experienced, ready now players rather than players for the future. That's what I'm trying to say. Ange turned out with 0 coaching staff. Frank brings 5 of his staff. Big difference straight away.
Yeah, of course. I think he's bought more than 5 now. Who said that, Kate?
That was Colin.
Colin, I think he's bought more than 5. I think he's bought another 1 or 2 in. I was watching it yesterday. I think he's bought a couple more in. I think that he's got 6 or 7 altogether now. He's got one guy that works with them 1-to-1, and he's brought another guy in that's going to be working with the younger ones and be with the first team. So he's like the bridge between them. So it's really a brilliant setup that Frank has. Fantastic.
Daniel says, Jimbo, you do realise we've got another final in just over 30 days. This is too slow. Do you want to go into that final with a few decent signings?
Look, what is it? What final is it? The Shield or something? I don't know.
Yeah, it's the Super Cup.
It's the Super Cup. Look, we're not just going to buy players and bring them in just to play in the Super Cup. Right? That don't make sense. We've got to think of the whole season. Right? We're in 4 competitions in the whole season. That's what you got to think of. So they want to make the right decisions. We ain't going to rush them in just to play in the Super Cup, Daniel. I mean, that would be ludicrous to me. It's going to take a bit of a process because we've got a new manager. And I just think that we have to give this guy and the club a little bit of time to let it unravel.
Yeah. Paul says, issue is, I think with all this interest, Eze won't want to stay at Palace now. But do you know what? We saw this with Zaha with Palace. Do you remember? He was linked with players, linked with other clubs every season.
With Arsenal, with Tottenham.
Till right late on. And then he ended up going abroad. If Tell was so good, he would still be at Bayern. Yeah, I agree with that. But look, let's wait and see. Tell hasn't set the world on fire in his time at Spurs, but he could turn it round. Yeah, but
I look at things like Harry Kane, right? And I look at things like Gareth Bale. I mean, when they first come, people didn't want to keep them. You know, wanted to move them on. We don't know what's in a player until they get a good coach behind them, and it's let out of them. It takes a bit of time. You know, and some of them are more later bloomers than others. You know, when you think of Bale, I mean, how many people were screaming for when they brought him on the pitch? We never won like something like 20 odd games. You know, when he played. Yeah. So it takes some players. It takes a bit of time. A different person, the way they treat them and the way they train them.
Congrats to Ajayi on his first goal in his first match at Doncaster Rovers in their first friendly. Big up, Ajayi. Big up as well to Steve D, who says he's busy at work, but he'll watch back later. Big up, Steve.
Yeah, he's probably on the golf course.
Yeah, little tinker. There's the ex-Liverpool goalkeeping coach and the medical head. Yeah, thank goodness we've got some new medical staff. Bloody hell. They've also created some new roles. The personal one-to-one coach seems a great idea. Yeah,
I do as well.
I think that's a brilliant idea.
I think that's absolutely brilliant.
How much did you spend on Tell? 45 mil. It wasn't as much as that.
35, I think, wasn't it?
You could have spent that on someone who's miles better. But yeah, I get this idea of buying the youngsters and developing them. Look, let's wait and see. I agree. We need some ready now players, but I'm not sure that Tell might develop. Who knows? It's no point in us crying.
Kate.
What I don't get, hang on, Jim, there's no point in me coming on here or Jim coming on here and screaming and crying and moaning. They've done it now, so let's just see what happens.
If we would have sold, or bought Kane when he was 20, I mean, I know it's a different age, but look what he turned out to be. You know, we don't know what these young players can turn out to be until they've got the right environment, the right person behind them. You know, it's a waiting game. And in football with these young players, you're always taking a chance, right? And obviously they see something in him that a lot of people don't see. And I think to myself, look, we've got him now. Let's get behind him and hope Frank can bring the best out of him. You know, if he scores us 20, 25 goals a season, right, say from next season onwards, we'll be happy with him. He'll look like a cheap buy.
I'd love Mbeumo as well, Destiny, 1,000,000%. Great player. I dread our front three being Solanke and Johnson versus PSG. God help us. Well, let's wait and see. Let's all hope PSG win tonight. Longer they're in the tournament, the better for us. Yeah. It's a great game tonight, although it clashes with my Love Island. We wanted Zaha, but it's because we didn't want to pay 100 mil for him at the time. Oh, Van der Ven has started following Eze on Insta. Ooh. Daniel says, I'm not saying that, Jimbo. I'm saying there's 3 days before the league's. That's 3 days before the league season. If you don't think we need players before August 13th,
of course we do.
That might leave us ill prepared.
No, we look. I said it earlier, Daniel. I think we need players. I'm not sure. I think the first game's around 25th, 26th, the pre-season, right? We're on, what's the date today? The 9th.
Yeah.
So really, we want them in by next Friday.
Yeah.
You know? So have a few days, and then they go into pre-season with us. So there's still a good few days to go to get some players in. I'm sure Kudus will be in by then.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Julie's our new in the know. The social media in the know is Julie Lala. Big up Brad says, hi guys, have you seen Frank's training sessions and him walking around Spurs way? He's like a professor compared to Ange, a mere lab assistant. Very excited to see what we can do. Very personable man as well. You know, he thanked that guy for interviewing him, and I've always said it. I've always liked Frank. I think he comes across very well in interviews. Seems very humble. I think he's just the kind that's just going to go about his business. There's not going to be any dramas. He's just going to get on with the job, and that's what we need: a bit of stability and normality at Tottenham. Billy thinks Eze will come to Spurs. Daniel says, Jimbo, do you want these new players to have a pre-season or not?
Yeah, of course I do, Daniel. But what I'm saying to you is, right, the pre-season, Kate, can you look it up when the first game is against Reading? Right. What I'm saying is they need to come in, but we've still got time, Daniel. Right. It's only the 9th of July. The pre-season don't start until
19th of July. 10 days.
19th. All right. So look, we need to get them in before that. So there's still 10 days, but really you want them in a few days before the 10 days. So we still got another week to get them in. So I mean, there's no massive panic, is there?
Big up Boris says, pretty sure the only one major Spurs coach which stayed was Matt Wells, who's now in charge of defensive duties. Boris, I saw your name and I immediately thought of Love Island. If anyone's watching it, they'll know what I mean. Who's the Son replacement? Tell. No, I don't think so. But look, we'll see. I think Arsenal spent all their money. I think we can still get Eze. I really do. Is Gyökeres to Arsenal done? I don't actually know the latest.
I don't think it's completely done yet.
Oh, okay. I know Zubamendi's been here. We go'd. Big up Steve RFC. Good to see you. Leighton, big up to you. Says we finished 17th last season. We've not bought any players. We're in Champions League. We could be in relegation scrap. Well, we have bought Takai, whatever his name is. I forget his name. So we've bought him. Danso, we've obviously got permanently now. I mean, Jimbo, you're laughing. You think the meltdown's a bit over the top.
I honestly, right? If we go into the season with we're not buying one player from now, we still won't be in a relegation battle, right? But I can't understand why there's still so much time left, why people are really, really worried. You know, maybe I'm just, my brain's wired different. You always say that I'm a bit, bit out there, but I just don't really get why people are so having such a meltdown and so worried about it. There's plenty of time, right, to get. I mean, it will happen. It will happen. We've got a new manager in. He needs to assess everything at Tottenham. He needs to assess where we are, what players we got, what ones he doesn't want no more, so he knows what positions he wants to bring in. Honestly, it's everybody's panicking. You wait till the season starts. I bet people are happy with who's in.
We've got Mbeumo being told he's got to find another club as well. Big up, Lee. AJ's here, says, good afternoon, you wonderful pair. Hope you're both well. All aboard Thomas the Frank engine. Hello to all in chat. Hope you're all good. Not angered, just joking. Big up, AJ. Hope you and the family are well. Are you looking forward to the season starting? How do you see Frank doing? Look, I think he needs some help in the transfer market. I think he definitely does, particularly if we let the likes of Mbeumo go, if we do sell him. I think we've got to get him a big number 6. But look, I agree with Jimbo. I think if we went into the season now with no new signings, I think it's fair to say that most Tottenham fans would acknowledge we're not a 17th place team. Our squad is not a 17th place squad. I think it was an anomaly. I think Angie's stubbornness and ability to change his system is
and injuries, Kate, and injuries. We had a lot of injured at a crucial time. So we're not a 17th place team without any shadow of a doubt. You know, I'm not saying we're going to set the world on fire with what we've got in our first season with Frank. We do need players in, but we won't be in a relegation battle. There's no way. But players will come in. We just got to be a bit patient.
Yeah. We're basically relying on a new manager to get the best out of players that he would have signed mid-August, late August with no pre-season. This is what happened with Solanke. We signed him too late, didn't get pre-season. And I agree. I think we set these managers up to fail. However, I don't think it's quite panic stations just yet.
Of course it's not. Nowhere near panic stations yet. We haven't even started pre-season. Pre-season's not for 10 days. There's plenty of time. You know, if we start pre-season and we got exactly what we got now, no one else, maybe we have a bit of a different conversation, but I still won't be panicking. But we've still got time to bring him in. All right, Leo?
Big up, Leo. Good to see you.
Plenty of time to bring him in.
Big up, Simon. Yeah, I did read that stalled, but we'll see. Drula, don't even get me started on Dejan. Honestly, my Meg, and then he goes and chats and tries to get with every other girl in the villa. Ugh. Big up Lee saying 56 people in the stream. Surely there should be 56 likes. Come on, people, hit that button. There's 68 people now, so there should be 68 likes. But you know what? If you don't want to like, it's fine. It's entirely your decision. Angus, didn't you say Gyökeres was in London the other day? What happened? I heard Arsenal missed out on Zaha over a payment structure, and that's why they went with Pepe instead. Ellie says a lot of our fans will create the drama if things start going pear-shaped, as we've seen all the meltdowns, and I pray we don't have an awful start, as it will be bad. We've got till the 1st September, even if they don't come on the pre-season tour. Everyone calm down, the world isn't crumbling. Agreed, Boris.
Yeah, and you know the thing is, right? The thing is a lot of people, a lot of Spurs fans, which in a way I suppose I can understand. I don't think like that, but they're going to be looking at last season and thinking of some of the dross that was played, right, and finishing 17th. But look, right, you've got to remember some of the dross was played because players playing out of position, where we had so many injuries. They were kind of concentrating on winning us that beautiful trophy, which we won. Right, this beautiful trophy here, right? So it's a different season, different manager, right? We know some of our players can play football, so let's get a new lease of life and get behind them and believe that we can do something.
Big up to Vindaloo, always very, very generous. Says smash the likes and sub for this great channel with a lovely super chat. Thank you so very much, Vindaloo. It's very much appreciated. If coaches were classed as transfers, we've already smashed it. Frank is a top guy. Big up Rob Belcher, coming in with words of wisdom as always. Lovely to see you. Jimbo, I'm not worried. I'm just happy. I'm not happy, mate. Our club yet again acts like a snail in the transfer window. I'm sorry, there's 20 plus years of the same shit. We have reason to be pissed. Yeah, I agree with you. I do agree with what you're saying, Daniel. It is frustrating. Every season we hope we get our business done early and we don't, but it is what it is. I'm not going to scream and shout and hoot and holler and meltdown
I
about it.
don't look at it like that, Kate. I look at it, it's a new season, new manager. You know, he's going to work with these players. We've got some good young players. So we've got some good older heads in there. They'll bring some new players in and we'll kick on and we'll win some trophies. That's the way I like to look at it. It makes me feel good and it makes me believe. And I'd rather look at it like that than go into the season thinking all the negative stuff. It don't suit my narrative. My narrative is we're going to win trophies.
Ellie says if everyone was like you, Jimbo, our club would be so much better.
I don't see the point of supporting Tottenham if you're going to go in there with your head down and like we don't know what this season's going to bring. It's a new season, you know. We've got a good manager, as Rob just said, you know. And some of the people I've heard talk about him say that they're not surprised. They're surprised he's not in one of the top 4 clubs, you know, that we've been lucky to get him. So let's keep the positive side of it.
Exactly that. Jimbo's correct, says Brad. Frank is very busy. He looks laid back, but he's got a hell of a lot of things to do. He'll know what we need, at least 2 forwards. Yeah, no, I agree with Jimbo. They've only just come back to training. He's assessing the team, who he likes, who he doesn't like, who he wants out, who he wants in. It's going to take a little bit of time. Everything doesn't just happen overnight.
Yeah.
But with the Champions League as well, it will kill us losing every week. We won't lose every week.
Where you got this from? We're going to lose every week. It's not Ange, you know. It's not. It's going to be a completely different setup. I mean, I've been watching on what's it called, Spurs play. I mean, the people he's brought in, you know, to do the different jobs. So there's one person for each job that he needs doing with the players, and they all get together. And he's got one guy that's going to be the bridge to them all. You know, when you hear him talk about it, it's like, God, this guy knows what he's doing and he's organised. It's a totally different setup to what Ange had. It's from one end of the spectrum to the other, you know. And this guy gets his hands on as well. You can see that. I've got such a good feeling over the next few seasons with this manager. I really have.
Angus, I see your question. I'm just not really sure whether I should answer it yet because you haven't signed him yet. But if he comes to the Premier League, you would think he should be scoring 25 plus.
No, I reckon he'll get about 4.
Big up, Luton Dan. Good to see you. Hope you're well, my love. Big up, Jan, as well. Says, Tottenham star Papa Mate Sarr is paying for everyone in his hometown to get electricity. What a great guy. He is such a good boy. Such a good guy. Brad's bang the like button. Be like Brad and smash that button. 71 in the house, whatever, but it's around the 70 mark. So smash them likes, people. We get Kudus, Eze, and a number 6. We've been much stronger. Yep, 100% Ellie. Big up, Jess. Mwah. Good to see you, my lovely. Always good to see you. I hope you're well. Zuno comes in with a question saying, don't you guys think, although Arsenal haven't won anything recently, but 3 consecutive second close finishes isn't something to overlook, and with the signings this season, they're looking good? Well, the only players I know they've definitely signed is Zubimendi and Norgard. That doesn't tip the scale for me to think they're going to win the league with the business that Liverpool's done. What is that noise?
It's the dogs playing.
Oh my God, I sound like a cow.
Bonnie, stop. She's eating, Jasper.
What you've got to look at as well is Liverpool have not only done fantastic business, and they're probably not even finished yet. They're going to have this added incentive of wanting to win for Diego Jota. That's definite. You've got Man City who are doing good business. You've got Chelsea good business. Arsenal need to sign. I've just said Liverpool. Arsenal need to sign a Rodrigo and maybe an Eze to tip the scale, and a Gyökeres for me to go. I think they've done it this time. I think they've done enough to win the league. At the minute, I still don't think they're winning the league. However, ask me at the end of the window, and I'll tell you how I think the situation is lying.
I'll tell you why they won't win the league. Because they bottle it every year and they just bottle it again.
Do you think they'll win anything this year?
The way they're going, they're going to have the players to do it. But it's if they can keep their bottle going. Liverpool and City don't bottle, do they? They
No,
get
they know
stronger
how
and
to win.
stronger. They know how to win, yeah. So look, it's going to be if they get that Gokeres as well, it's going to make it a good fight for the title.
They've got to sign a striker, surely. They've got to. Every season we say they've got to sign a striker. Sorry, I dropped my mic drop. So they surely have got to do that. But
Angus, I just said to you that if Gokeres comes in, it's going to make it really, really tight at the top. But it's if you can get over the line. And by watching you the last few seasons, I mean, you had the title won one season and still lost it. It was a one-horse race and you lost it. It was, wasn't it? You was like 11, 12 points in front and you threw it away. So it doesn't give me any, if I was an Arsenal fan, it wouldn't give me any inspiration to think when it comes to the close games and it gets to the nitty-gritty that we get over the line.
I hope your mum gets better soon, Jess. Sending lots of love. Hope she gets better soon. What else is going on? If we honestly think a team is in the Champions League and their only signings so far are Tel and Takai, seriously, what's happening?
Daniel, you need to take a chill pill, right? There's time to bring players in. Yeah, you're acting like the season's starting tomorrow. It's not, Daniel, right? If we go into pre-season and we haven't got any new players, it's a little bit of a different conversation, but still not like squeaky bum time. We're going to the season with what we got, then we ain't going to be nowhere near relegation, but it's going to be a very, very difficult season. But I'm convinced that we won't go into the season with what we got. We will have some real decent players coming. I think 2 or 3 is going to come in.
Arsenal,
got to relax a little bit.
Arsenal confident of signing, of securing a new deal for Ethan Nwaneri. That's one bit of Arsenal news. See, there's nothing about Arsenal progressing any further that I can find with Gyökeres or Rodrigo. It says Tottenham is still intent on signing Kudus and are rumoured to be looking at Jack Grealish and Kone de Winter. Jack Grealish is a funny one. I mean, 45 million, you'd think that's not a bad price.
I'd love to have him, Kate. I know a lot of Spurs fans wouldn't. I think he would bring a new dimension to this team.
His wages, though, his wages are ridiculous.
He'd have to take a wage cut.
Saliba is dragging his heels over signing a new contract at Arsenal amid interest from Real Madrid. According to French outlet Le Sport, the Gunners have made Saliba a huge offer to sign an extension, which expires in 2027, his current deal. But Saliba is in no rush to commit to Arsenal as he dreams of playing for Real Madrid. This is one to keep an eye on. Ooh.
I mean, like Angus is in the chat, Kate, saying, well, if we buy Gyökeres and we buy Eze, look, it's all pie in the sky at the minute. It's no deal's done till it gets over the line. And so we'll have that conversation if you sign them.
Big up, Dave. He says, afternoon, Kate and Jim. I'm looking forward to seeing what Frank does with our existing players. He's a good coach, and that squad is better than 17th.
Yes.
100%. It's a top 10 team. I don't care what anyone says.
100%,
when you look at our team, it's a top 10 team. And yes, Ellie, we do need to get behind Frank. It also says Bayern Munich are exploring a deal for Chelsea forward Christopher Nkunku and Eberechi Eze. The Times have reported that the German Giants want to strengthen their attacking options after Sane left to join Galatasaray. And Musiala obviously had that terrible injury the other day. Eze is on Bayern's shortlist after missing out on Florian Wirtz, though they face competition from Arsenal. Interesting.
I said to you the other day, it wouldn't surprise me if he went to Bayern. Not at all. Yeah. Not at all. It wouldn't surprise me if he ended up there.
Gyökeres makes them scarier. Yeah, maybe. Win the dog. Yeah, win the dog. We haven't got him anymore, Jess. I told you, they've got rid of him. They've now got this guy. Where is it? Where's my picture of their new mascot? Streammail's all changed since I last come. There he is, look. It says Seconda is his name. It's the Spanish for second.
I thought that was Angus.
It's their groundhog, because it's Groundhog Day at Arsenal every season. Second again, ole, ole. Second again, ole, ole. Gyökeres, Eze and Rodrigo, I don't think you get those three. But Paige says, even if you get them three, you ain't winning the Premier League. Wow.
Love it, Paige, love it.
And Paul G says, if my auntie had bollocks, she'd be my uncle. Ifs, buts and monkey nuts, as we say. Dan says Arsenal could do good if they get these players in, but Phil Arteta would prefer Sesko and Berta Gyökeres, so Phil it could be big pressure on Arteta. Yeah, I mean, I actually think Sesko is a better player for Arsenal in the long term because of the way he plays. But if they want win now, then Gyökeres is probably better.
There's no such thing as win now, Kate, in the Premier League.
No.
There's no such thing. You could give them three players and they're still not guaranteed to win the Premier League. It's just, look, there's no such thing as a win now with the teams that are in the Premier League. You said it, Chelsea are getting stronger. Liverpool have got stronger. City have got stronger. You think City are going to have a season like they had last season? And when you look at it overall, that still wasn't a bad season. It was for City, but for any other team, it wasn't.
Yeah, I agree with you, Rob. I think with the signings that Liverpool have done, the fact they were so dominant last season, I see them winning it again this year, with possibly Man City getting second spot and Arsenal dropping to third. But we'll see. Look,
and you've got to take into consideration, Kate, injuries. We don't know what team's going to get what injuries, and I mean, it's something that will pan out over the season, and no matter who they buy. But they could start the first 5 games and get Gyökeres and Saliba or someone else injured, and it derails them. You just don't know, do you?
I would like to, Angus, would you like to have a little wee wager on Rodrigo coming to Arsenal? Because I say not a chance. But you say that he'll definitely sign. So I'm quite happy to have a charity wager if you're up for it. I'm just saying. Jess, I've heard everything. Got a sneak feeling Real Madrid will beat PSG. Okay. I heard Bayern want Eze and they're going to persuade Eze to go. If Bayern are a giant, it's hard to say no to them, let's be fair. George Abbott came first in Frank's 1,000-metre race, beating all the seniors. Wow. Kate, big upside dancer, says, hi, Kate Jimbo, all in the chat. I can play right back, left back, centre back, dinner lady, groundsman, and dishwasher, multitask, Ben, and you can make them coffee. Angus, I won't be sure about beating Bayern to him. They're a much bigger club than you. We're on the same level. Oh, Angus, do make me laugh. Second again, ole, ole. Second again, second again, second again, ole, ole. Hi, Jesus and Lisa Science for solid business. It's good next season. 215 games on Sky, more Spurs games. Hard to predict goals or how far Spurs go in the Champions League till season starts. But Spurs need to improve. I think they will, but not sure. Man United. I think we'll finish 5th to 7th. I'm going for around 7th. I think, and I think that'd be a massive achievement, especially if we can nick a cup or have a cup final in there. But look, we'll see. City won 15 matches end of the season, so they're making a strong comeback.
Who's finishing 7th?
I think we will.
You leave me alone. I'm much higher than that. We up.
I fancy Chelsea to finish above Arsenal. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. If you could swap places with Arsenal stay, and if yes, why? Binders, you asked me this the other day, and I said no, never. I don't want to swap nothing with Arsenal. I don't want to swap
why
places
would we swap with
you.
Arsenal, Vindaloo?
You don't win nothing. We won a trophy last year. You won. So no, you can poke it. We are the mighty Spurs. Our time is coming. Arsenal are the only team that can come second in a one-horse race and regard it as an achievement.
Exactly. That's what I said.
Yeah, bless Angus, thinking they're going to spend £400 million. I know. Angus, buying a bigger, take your bias out. How you can honestly say, you buy and win the Champions League. You've never won it. You can't compare.
Look, we hear this from every year from Arsenal fans that this is the year they're going to do this, they're going to do that, and they finish second. So why should this year be any different? You know, if they prove me wrong, I'll come on here and say I was wrong. You won the Premier League, but I can't see it.
Romeo, the reason we don't sit in the same room is because it works better on screen with us being in separate rooms. Although a lot of people do prefer it when we sit next to each other. It just, especially
Yeah,
in
but
this,
I can't keep my hands off her, Romeo. I keep touching her under the table.
especially in this heat. Jim's like a radiator all the time because he's half Maltese. He gives off the heat. So sitting up here with my fan on is much nicer. Plus, if he bothers me or he keeps interrupting me, I can just do that. And I can't do that if he's sat next to me. PSG want Rodrigo. He wants to go where he wins trophies. Yeah, I mean, if it goes to Arsenal, he's basically giving up winning trophies for the next 10 years. So keep the Arsenal fight going. Any Arsenal in the chat, sorry, I can't be with you. What else? See you later, Rob. Take care of yourself. Ordered my Spurs black shirt with Madders on the back. My boy Arsenal shirt with Gabriel. Ugh. I've got to say the Tottenham away shirt this year is probably my favourite away shirt we've had in a long time. Although I did love last year's one with the stripes, the blue. I think this black checky kind of looking one is really classy. I might have to put that on my Christmas list, I think, because I do like that one. Thanks, Kate. Was so wonderful. Angus and Vindaloo, did you join in? Yeah. 7th is Conference League. That's all right. We'll get 7th, win the Conference League, back in Europa League, win that, get back in the Champions League, win that. Jobs are good and lovely, jubbly.
We'll finish higher than 7th.
But if you put 7th, Angus, I would never swap with Arsenal, with anything. I wouldn't even entertain the conversation. You're our rival.
Why would you ask a Spurs fan that? Why?
Not only that, but we've been in that position with Poch where we was finishing in the top. What do you win for it? Nothing. Yes, we finished 17th, but we won a European trophy. You finished second and won nothing again. Why would we do it? Come on, man. Who knows what's going on? Swap a UEFA Cup for a 5-year drought. Exactly. I mean, come on.
I don't understand why an Arsenal fan would ask a Tottenham fan if we'd swap with them. Why?
Exactly.
I wouldn't ask if you'd swap with us. I wouldn't swap with you for anything. I wouldn't swap any of your players. I wouldn't swap Win the Dog. I wouldn't swap nothing. Arteta's plastic face. Nothing. I wouldn't swap nothing with Arsenal. Why would I? I'm a Spurs supporter.
He went, who was it? Bloody Piers Morgan went to that place and we had a man feeding him meat. What is it with the Arsenal fans and the manager all want men to feed them meat? It's just weird. It's weird. Arsenal are the only team to come second and flex it like it's a trophy. Exactly, Romeo.
Look, you see what Vinders has put? Put Vindaloo's up.
I'm miles behind, Jim.
All right, go on.
Hang on. This one, the transfer window.
Yeah. But look, Vinda, listen, right? You are where you are because you're Arsenal. We are where we are because we're Tottenham, right? But we did win a European trophy and you won fuck all, right? But it's not nothing to do with that. It's I'm a Spurs supporter and I love Tottenham. And I'll back them no matter what. Even if we got relegated, I'd back them, right? To come straight back up. I wouldn't swap with Arsenal for nothing. Nothing at all. No. There's not one thing about Arsenal that I would swap. I don't want none of your players. I don't give a fuck who your players are. I don't want any because they're Arsenal players, right? And I don't want any of our players to go to you. Even the shit players, I don't want to go to you because
Arsenal's scum. That's how we see them. You're our rivals. We hate you. So no,
I don't think you're scum, Bindaloo. Not you in particular.
Not your fans. I'm talking about the club.
Yeah,
they're the filth. Listen, I had this debate with Henry Wright, who said he'd swap places with Arsenal. I'm an old school Tottenham fan, and I hate Arsenal. I don't hate all of you guys. I've got friends that are Arsenal fans, but I hate your club. So no, I don't care whether you're second and we're 17th. I'm not swapping nothing with you ever.
And you say you just said about the window, right? Well, our window's not. It's not closed yet. You can't have this conversation until the window's closed. So until the window's closed, we don't know who's going to have the better window, do we? So let's wait and see.
I haven't seen the Villa away shirt. I'm going to have a look after. Ben, are you going live at 2? Let me know because I'll set up a redirect if you are. I'd much prefer the black one if the logos were satin black, sleek. The black shirt is the best and it looks well made. Looks like they're double stitching on the shoulders. I just think it's a lovely shirt, Jimbo. It's going on my Christmas list, just so you know. I've dropped the Højbjerg. I finally let it go. Maddison is the only player I would take now. It's my decision. Everyone else gave me the other names. Yeah, it's time for Højbjerg to go. Jess made me laugh. She said, "Don't worry, Jimbo. You won't be saying that they've won the league."
Who said that?
Jess Amin says, "Let's go dancing. Why stress yourself with Spurs? Just don't stress yourself. What's the point? We can't change it. So I don't see the point. Well, we might as well just go, well, it is what it is. It's energy that, for me, is a waste." Brentford's correspondent reports that Mbeumo is growing increasingly frustrated with the slow progress of Manchester United, as are Brentford. United are still pondering a third potential offer for the 25-year-old who is not expected back for pre-season at Brentford this week. Chelsea have come out and said they want Ethan Nwaneri from Arsenal. Arsenal are pondering a potential offer for Eze. Basically, they want to include one of their first team players in a swap deal. Interesting. Yeah, Jess's channel. Make sure you go over and sub to JSY Talks Football. Great channel. And I'm very impressed. I've moved up to 8th space in the fastest finger first quiz.
With the help of a friend.
I can eat my own dinner. Exactly, Ben. You don't need a man making you meat and feeding it to you. I mean, it's just they do it by hand. It's just weird. No. Big up Simon's Side of Football. Says, new channel, not seen before. Hope you're both okay. Come on, you Spurs. Big up and welcome to the channel. We've been absent a bit. We've got a lot going on, but we've come on today to give you our thoughts on the meltdowns that are going on in the Spurs fan base at the minute. But nice to see you nice. Welcome. Jess, ignore the haters. That's what you always tell me, my love. Spurs will want to win trophy again, even if it's an EFL Cup or FA Cup, but both would be good, both possible. Yeah.
You know what trophies are like? They're like buses. They come along, you get win one, then loads more come along.
This is what I've always said. If Tottenham can win one and get over that line, I think more will come.
Did you hear what Frank said?
What?
He said that we're this Tottenham team are winners, trophy winners. So now we've got to make them multiple trophy winners.
Why would we swap with a bunch of losers, a light bulb twat, and a crap singing North London forever when you're South Londoners? Kate and Jimbo, you tell them we hate their club. They're the filth. Yeah, exactly.
I would rather get relegated than swap anything with Arsenal. That's how I feel. I wouldn't swap anything with Arsenal. Nothing.
Benji
I'd rather die than put on an Arsenal shirt.
I wouldn't swap with any club, let alone them lot. I love Tottenham. This is what it's about. These young fans that say they'd swap, like Henry Wright. Yes, I'm calling you out again for this, Henry. You don't understand the rivalry and the club hate between the two. You can't, or you wouldn't even entertain the question. Kate, the same situation happened when we was doing second and Arsenal were winning the FA Cup, but doing shit in the league. They said it's only about cups. I want the same energy. Yeah, now it's not all about trophies. It's where you finish in the league. Yeah, bore off. Stop twisting the agenda. Happy birthday for Saturday, Jimbo. Have a good one.
Thanks, Jess.
Simon loves the new away shirt. Yeah, I think it's a resounding yes from everyone. It's nice that everyone seems to like the shirt. It's beautiful. Benji's live at 2, so I'll have to set up the redirect for that. Big up Jimbo, says Dave.
Well done, Dave.
Yeah, big up to Jess's mum. Hope she gets well soon.
Yeah.
So are us as United fans. Get it done. Yeah, Jerry, I can imagine that you're very frustrated. It all looked like it was all systems go, and now it's really stalled. I just don't know what's happening.
The thing with United, I think they're in a little bit more trouble than people realise with money. It's sad, really, because it's such a historic club. You know what they've done over the years. I mean, I remember as a kid how good they were, and I'm in my 60s. and the club has just been ruined by the owners, players coming in on massive wages, not giving it their all, letting the fans down. Now they can't get rid of them because people don't want them. Plus, their wages are massive. I mean, it's quite sad, really, because they're such a historic club. But look, it sorted itself out. I'm sure they need work doing to their stadium as well. You know, the money's got to come from somewhere. It's all right. It's all right. People saying this is what I said about Tottenham a few years ago, Kate, when we had so many people on the books we didn't want. Right? It's all right. People saying, yeah, just go and buy him. Just go and buy him. You can't do it because when you're paying, they've got like 4 or 5 people on their books, or at least 3, right, on massive wages that they want to get rid of. And you can't just bring other players in and put them on massive wages when you've got people like Rashford. Who else is it? Hoyland, Garnacho. They're all on big wages.
Sancho.
You know? Yeah, Sancho. And they're sitting there rotting away because this new manager doesn't want to play them. So when you're talking about and bringing in another 3 top players and putting them on massive wages, right? You forget the wages, think of the money they paid for them players. It can't be done. It's got to be done in a certain way for it all to work out right.
No, Jimbo's birthday's this Saturday and he's 63
right,
years young, bless him.
How old am I?
63 on Saturday.
I thought I was 64. 63.
No. When I'm 64. The Victor Gyökeres to Arsenal transfer saga looks to have taken a fresh twist. The Gunners are in advanced talks over a massive deal for the Swedish striker, but have still yet to agree a fee. Now, according to the newspapers, Gyökeres is set to have a plan B if discussion was with Arsenal fall through that would see him wait until the end of the summer and move to another European club on loan like Victor Osimhen did last season. Interesting.
Yeah, it might be Tottenham. You never know.
So it's not done and dusted, Angus. Julia, you've still got more work to do to convert. Oh, I hate tennis. I can't cope with it. Frank said season 1's better than season 2. Ajax letting Henderson go on a free. Big up Chrysandro. Lovely to see you. Says, hi all. Caught what you said about the away shirt. It's now my favourite ever. As for the transfer window, it is what it is. I don't get the panic, but it's the same every season. Exactly, Chrysandro. Chill. The weather's nice. You know, it's good to be alive. Don't get stressed. Just let it happen. You know, what's the point of screaming and shouting and getting stressed? We can't change it. They're not going to watch our channels and go, oh, well, yeah, they're right. We need to go and buy so-and-so. So what's the point?
But there's nothing to stress about in a minute. It's not stressing time. It's not. It's early. Look, what other clubs do is not our business, right? I've seen loads of people saying, yeah, but Arsenal bought him, he bought him. It's not nothing to do with us. It's them. We're going to do our business our way, like we always do it. And we have to accept that, right? But be patient. And I am sure that there's going to be 2 or 3 top players coming into this club before we go on. Before we kick off, I'm hoping before we go on our tour.
Amin says he'd swap you for a panda bear. Vinda says happy birthday for you for Saturday. Lovely Paddy's here, says afternoon, you wonderful people. Only thing I will say is people need to stop believing everything they see on Twitter from shit accounts for likes. Exactly. Paddy. Well said. That was in the evening.
Sorry, Kate. Even Paddy. Even when you listen to all these Muppets on the what's it called? These paper people. The shit they put in there. 3/4 of it's crap. You know. There's a couple of people you listen to on there, you know, like Romero and the other guy who does it for TalkSport,
David Ornstein.
Yeah,
there's a few that are
Jacobs, is it?
Ben Jacobs,
yeah, he's good as well. When they talk, you know there's some substance to it. Cheers, Paddy.
And so does Paul G. Says happy birthday. So does Tottenham Ranger. Thanks to everyone for wishing Emma happy birthday. Kate, until Romano, Ornstein or Jacob says it, I don't believe it. And yet, Angus, you believe things about us when anyone says it. Double standards. Jimmy says, love your confidence, Jimbo, but sadly I don't agree. We've still got Levy, remember.
Look, Levy's come out and he's opened his big mouth, right? That he wants to win the Premier League, he wants to win the Champions League. he's going to look a right muppet if he don't bring in some top players to go with this squad. So I've got confidence that he's not a muppet. Well, he is in some ways, but that he's opened his mouth and he'll back it up. And there's plenty of time, Jimmy, for players to come in.
Predictions for the game tonight, Jimbo. PSG versus Real Madrid.
Oh, I mean, I
tough game.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with PSG, even though I'm not really sure, right? Well, I'm gonna go with PSG because I want them in it longer. So I'm gonna go with PSG to win it.
What score?
I'm gonna go 3-1.
I'm gonna go 3-2 PSG. Got to stick with my team, and I've backed this PSG team all season, so I'm going for them to win it 3-2. Jimmy Hotspur's with you. He's going for 3-1. Angus is going for 2-1 PSG. Jess is going for 2-1. I assume Jess will be doing a watch along, people, if you want to go and have a look and watch it with Jess. Not that you get a lot of football talk. You tend to talk about filthy things, but you know what? That's what makes the world go round, talking filthy stuff. I love it. 4-0 PSG, says Ellie. 2-1 to Real Madrid, says Leighton. Vinda says, we are fighting for the big honours. It's tough at the top. Oh, Vinda, you keep telling yourself that, my lovely.
I'm going to make a bold prediction, even without any players in this season, right, so far. So I don't know what our squad's going to be. I'm going to say that we are going to beat Arsenal at least once this season.
2-1 PSG, says Simon's side of football. 1-0 PSG, says Tottenham Ranger. Ben says 4-1 PSG. Tottenham Ranger, you was gifted a membership by Jerome earlier.
Jerome, yeah.
So you know. Top 4 prediction for this season, Angus Arsenal, which is difficult, but let's just say there's no Arsenal don't sign anyone now. They've got Zubimendi and Norgard, and that's it. Who do you fancy for the top 4 this year, Jimbo? And we'll do it again.
Right.
Nearer the time.
Just the top 4. I don't have to put it in order.
No, you've got to put it in order. As it stands right this second.
Liverpool.
Yeah.
I so want to say Tottenham. I so want to say Tottenham. Do I go with my heart or my head? You choose.
Go your head.
With my head, Liverpool. Man City. Arsenal. No, Liverpool. Man City. Tottenham. I can't have Arsenal above us, sorry. Tottenham, right? Arsenal or Chelsea. I'm going to go Arsenal.
I'm going exactly the same as Jimmy Hotspur. Look, Vindaloo says 50 quid, you don't beat us next season.
Right, you tell me what Vindaloo, before I do this, you tell me what the scores are going to be. What you think they'll be for the home, Arsenal at home and Arsenal away to Tottenham.
Jimmy Hotspur, I'm going with you. I think Liverpool top, City second, Arsenal third, Chelsea fourth. Leighton, I agree with you. On paper, if you look at it and you see Arsenal get Gyökeres and Eze, you think, wow, they could win it. But I'm just not sure they've got the mentality to get over the line. Jess is the same as me, except she's going Chelsea, Arsenal the other way round. Tottenham Ranger thinks we're going to surprise PSG and maybe beat them. Until I see them holding the shirt on the training pitch, I don't believe any chat. Exactly, Hindle. That's why I don't stream a lot about it, because it's just speculation. Same, Leighton, I agree. Liverpool, City, Arsenal, Chelsea. That's my 4. Vinders, what's the point fighting for it if you don't get over the line? I can say I'm going to fight Mike Tyson at his best or worst and still get battered. Shem says, happy birthday, Sir Jimbo, for Saturday. Don't worry about our old, because with Princess Kate by your side, you will always feel 21. Oh, what a nice thing to say. Big up Bobby K saying, much love all at work. Just a quick hello. Thank you for being a member for 20 months, Bobby. We miss you and we love you. Yeah. Big up Fiona says, has Jim forgotten his medication?
Always. You've been watching this channel a long time now. You should know me.
I'll take that bet, Vindaloo, says Ellie.
Yeah.
Just liking on this account too. Thank you, Ben. Forget the score if you beat us next season. That's what he said.
I have £20 for charity.
There you go. 20 quid for charity. That we beat Arsenal. Is it in the cup as well? If we draw Arsenal in the cup,
we'll beat Arsenal one game next season. No matter if it's in a cup, if it's in a league, we will beat Arsenal next season.
Is that including the cups then?
Everything. We will beat Arsenal one game next season. I don't know where it'll be, but we will beat them.
Okay. Big up Warren J says, new subscriber from Williamsburg, Virginia. Welcome to the channel. Lovely to see you and thank you for subscribing. It's very much appreciated. Hopefully you enjoy what you see here. It's more light-hearted than some channels, but that's just how we are. We're quite chilled. If Tottenham just beat us once next season, 50. No, 20 quid. That's fair for charity.
I'll do 20 quid for charity.
Happy birthday, Jimbo. I didn't realise you were still a youngster.
Thank you, Fiona.
No cups, just in the season.
No, we will beat you next season. In any game, we will beat you. Doesn't matter if it's a cup or what. I'm telling you, we'll beat you next season. I think we'll beat you at home in the league anyway. But any game, Vindaloo. I said we'll beat you next season.
It's for charity. It's 20 quid for charity. £20 that Tottenham beat Arsenal one game next season, whether it's a cup or a league game. I think that's a fair bet. Arsenal fans think they can kick on with no Partey in the midfield. I left out the most important thing. Bobby K's a gimp. Vindaloo's exact words, 50 quid if we beat him once. He didn't specify, so don't let him change the rules now, you cheating gooner. Yeah.
You're Bobby K straight in defending me.
I just want to say, because we haven't got that long left because Benny's streaming, I just want to get it out there that I want to say thanks to Ben for being a member for 20 months, for Paul G for being a member for 15 months, for Shem for being a member for 16 months, for Rodney Roberts for being a member for 15 months, Jerome for gifting 5 memberships, thank you so much, Bobby K for being a member for 20 months, and Vindaloo with the generous super chat. You're all legends, very generous legends, considering we don't stream that often. I really appreciate your support. And yeah, just £20 Jimbo, you've got it with Vinders. Make a note in your phone.
I don't need to make a note with Vinders because I know that he will back it up.
We'll definitely beat Arsenal in at least one game. We've done it before. Paddy Hartnett, you miserable feck of a miserable human being. Love you, buddy. Hope you're well, you leprechaun. Love him. You can't suddenly say no cup games. You just said it.
Vindaloo, it's you and me. We're friends. Come on, any game next season. It's 20 quid for charity.
I think Frank will pay a 4-4-2. But I don't think it will be a regular system. I think he'll chop and change, Jimbo. Do you agree? Or
yeah, I don't think there's going to be. I mean, the guy likes to change his system against. I mean, on one of his interviews I watched the other day, he was talking about football, and he said he always sets up his team depending on the team he plays. So I don't think there's going to be any. It's not going to be like Ange. They walk out and we know what they're doing. I think it's going to be different for different games.
Yeah. Big up Daniel Sandoval. Big up to Paul G, who said, thanks for a great show. Nice to have you both back. It's been good fun. I've enjoyed it. It's been nice.
I've enjoyed it as well.
We might not be the channel that offers loads of hard-hitting debates, but you know what? You can always come here and know that you can just chill and chat about football for an hour and a half. And we try and make it a bit of fun at the same time. It's not long now till the season starts and the real banter begins.
The quad is on. Well, I got one right last season out of 4. We won the European trophy. We
will obviously, yeah, Joey, you're right. We always offer a masturbate. We love masturbating in our shows. What can I say? But good to see you, Joey.
All right, Joey. Man of his word, paid up his debt.
Yes, he
no
did.
hesitation. Paid more than he should have done as well. Let me make that clear.
We will be doing probably some pre-match shows. We'll be doing some work for Chris Cowlin next season as well. We've been asked to do some work for his channel. We will also be doing some work on We Are Tottenham TV on the pre-match pump-ups. We'll be doing some match reviews on air. There's lots of exciting things to come. But just for the time being, we're not streaming loads, like I say, just because we don't want to bring you just the same regurgitated rumours. It's just not something we want to do. Big up Jose, big up Jess. Don't worry, Joey, it's good to see you, even if it's only for 5 minutes. It's just good to see you here. 1 out of 4 is better than 0 out of 4 that Arsenal done. Yeah, exactly that. Listen, thank you all so much for watching. It's been a great show. Don't go anywhere because you'll be redirected over to Ben, who's streaming at 2 o'clock.
I'll put him on the big telly and watch him on the big telly.
Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for the member chats. Like I say, there will be a member giveaway at the end of this month, and there will be more regular shows coming when the season starts. We are a proper Tottenham couple. We met at Tottenham 25 years ago at a match, and the rest is history, as they say. But Jimbo, do you want to end the show as only you can?
I want to say thanks to everybody, first of all, because we haven't been streaming a lot, and they still all come in when we stream. So I want to thank you all very much. It's much appreciated. All good people in here. There's no one in here that I can turn around and say not keen on them. They're all nice people. Even the Gooners. Obviously, Vinders is my favourite. He knows that. But no, I just want to thank everyone. They still come in, and it's nice to know that we're appreciated. But look, get behind the team, all right? Don't worry about the signings at the minute. They will happen over the next week or so. You wait and see. We're going to go into this team. Thanks, Drula. We're going to go into this season, and we're going to be a force to be reckoned with. You wait and see. Frankie, get these guys going here, train them well, get them organised. It's not going to be like last season. So last season was just take it out your head, right? You know, apart from winning the cup, because that was spectacular. We're going to be a different team under this guy. I can feel it. You know, the more I read about him, the more I watch him, the more I hear people talk about him. This guy's a top manager. We're going to be a force next year. Right? We're going to take a lot of people by surprise. So get behind the team, get behind Frank. And just them signings will be coming. Wait and see. Come on, you fucking Spurs.
Giving opinions with no regret, smashing the top bins like in the onion net. Talking the talk with Kate and Jim, and walking the walk, just listen in. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter. Mix and transfer news, it's what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jimbo always keeps a positive spin, while Kate's Mickey has a name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like Lenny stop robbing, or she's just flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. The perfect match, you just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match, you just got to latch onto that perfect match.